Hey, it's Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday. Go over the Carolina Panthers report. By the way, nicknamed the man of the people. Why? Because I love working for you. Okay, so if you have questions about this team, players, or coaches, please let me know. Leave them in the comments below. I love answering questions and being a resource for you to get questions answered about this Carolina Panthers team. So Week 2 is underway in the NFL as we're preparing to take on the New York Giants in New York. And let's go ahead and start you with the injury report, let you know what's been going on with this. Now, let's go first with the transactions that we've had. All these transactions actually took place yesterday, which was the day the players were off. I didn't report, but let me go ahead and get you up to date with the latest transactions for this Carolina Panthers team. I should list this the other way around. So the first thing that we did was release kicker Taylor Burley from the practice squad. So Taylor was signed just as insurance in case Eddie Pinheiro had any problems kicking this past Sunday. None of that happened, so they released him back off the practice squad. I think he knew that was coming, but hey, he got a check for a week, right? Also, corresponding, we signed tight end Josh Babbix back to the practice squad. He was released to make room for Eddie. Now Eddie's got released and we don't need the kicker. We bring Josh back. Here's one other transaction that took place yesterday. Put this on Instagram, put on Twitter, didn't go on YouTube to talk about it, but placed wide receiver Andre Roberts on the injured reserve list. That one is one that I do not like that we had to do. Let me make sure my screens are up here properly so I can do what I'm wanting to do. So give me just a second to get my screens back as I would like for them to be. All right, so yeah, we placed Andre Roberts on the injured reserve list. Coach Rule believes that he's going to be out for about 2 months with a knee injury. So who's going to take his place? So doing punt returns is going to be Shi Smith. Doing kickoff returns will be Chuba Hubbard. So this particular thing about Andre Roberts being on the injured reserve list kind of makes me like, let me foremost say, I've talked to Andre a few times in the locker room, really like the guy. So it's nothing about the guy. He didn't play much in the preseason. And he didn't play much because he's a veteran. He didn't play much because he was also hurt several times during the preseason and for extended periods of time, this week or that week. And he got hurt again in week 1. So now he's on injured reserve. So I get it. You want to upgrade your special teams. He is a pretty solid guy, but I just felt like he was already showing that he might not be as healthy as we need him to be in order to be an asset. But nevertheless, that's the latest. Andre Roberts has been placed on the injured reserve list. Again, Shi Smith will take over punt return duties. Chuba Hubbard will take over kickoff return duties. All right, now let's talk about the injury report as a whole. Regular season's here. We now get official injury reports. I'm going to share that with you. Defensive end Marquise Haynes, he did not practice due to a hip. Interestingly, Coach Rule said that for his experience, Marquise has been a guy that heals well, heals fast, so he's not worried about that. He does not like the number of guys that he has on this list right here, which includes linebacker Frankie Luvo. He was limited in practice with a shoulder. Running back Christian McCaffrey, he did not practice with a rest. Now let's go ahead and park for a second and talk about Christian McCaffrey. I asked Coach after the game about these snaps for Christian McCaffrey. He only had 3 carries in that first half, finished with 10. I forget how many total touches that he had for the game. Now, I will say this. The team did start off slow, and he said a lot of things got better in that second half, and they did. Coach would not say today, hey, we have a number. We want to make sure that we absolutely get Christian McCaffrey the ball more. He just said you always want to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, etc. So would not say like, yeah, we're going to be intentful about it or not. I hope that that's just him not wanting to say yet because he want to continue to monitor things. But Christian will likely have Wednesdays off each week, then be back at practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the walkthrough prior to the game up in New York. All right, so that's the latest with Christian. Christian, I hope you're going to get some more touches I really do. I hope this offensive coordinator is going to make some adjustments as well. Come out stronger, come out faster, come out quicker. But nevertheless, let's continue to go through this injury report. Oh, look at that spelling error there. Offensive tackle Taylor Moten has a new. You guys know what a new is? Sorry, but he was limited in practice today with a knee, and then linebacker Brandon Smith, he was limited in practice with a thigh. Brandon is obviously dealing with something. He was on the injury report late last week, and he's on it again this week. So rookie, reps are always important for everybody. Best ability is your availability. So hoping that Brandon Smith can get back healthy, because he is a guy that seemed to, do better than maybe we thought that he would when he got with this Carolina Panthers team. Been doing pretty solid. A guy I'd like to see out on the field a little bit more. So Brandon, I'm cheering for you to hope that you get a little bit better for us. All right. Matt Rule spent some time talking with the media today, and part of the problem with that game last week, even though we're now moving on to the New York Giants, was the fact that not only did Baker Mayfield botch some snaps, but he also had some batted balls, all right? Had too many batted balls. So, Coach, what can we do about those batted balls going forward? Let me see if I can share with you all my screen and provide this to you. All right, my computer doesn't want to do what I was telling it to do. So let's try it a different way. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the last game specifically. I just think, kind of like I talked the other day, I think our line has to do a great job of driving out, making sure the pocket is really a firm pocket. That's a huge challenge this week. When you have Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams and the guys that they have inside, and the pressure that they bring. Baker has to do a great job of sliding and finding windows when they're open. I think, as the game went on, we got more comfortable. I think you saw that. One of them, I think, even happened on a naked. So, we feel really good about kind of the direction that Baker and the offensive line, that relationship they have in the pocket together is going. And so we'll just technically just keep trying to improve that, making sure our guys create space by driving out, making sure the quarterback finds the open windows. And if one happens, we'll just play through it.
All right, so there you see Coach Matt Rule talking about a couple of things need to happen. And I think, when I was first talking about this and saying, well, Baker's height, I don't think I was too critical of his height being a challenge for what's going on. But having listened to Baker talk more, Matt Rule talk more, and just evaluate things, I do believe that his height does present some challenges for him, and that he has to be really, really aware of the best lanes for him to throw that ball and make completions. It can happen. There's been quarterbacks this height before in the league, but you gotta be really aware of those defenders and where they are and where they could be sliding from, which arm they could get up, and work in and sync with your linemen, and making sure you have those lanes and making sure you're doing the right passing. Now, do I think that the lineman's fault should be, they need to protect the pocket and push more? No, that's always their responsibility to just keep the guy from just running unabated to the quarterback and killing him. So as long as they're doing that, I think it's more on the onus of Baker to make sure that he's doing a much better job finding the right lanes to throw the ball. And Baker said something today about the fact that, Cleveland knows his tendencies, and Clowney would get their hands up. Like, yeah, everybody's going to know, hey, if he's doing a 3-step drop, let's try to get it. Anyway, I don't want to spend the whole time talking about it, but yes, Baker, let's get a little bit better. Also, tackling. We got to get better on the tackling. That's important for this week against the Giants. We play yet again another really good running back in Saquon Barkley, part of the winning effort in the last minute for the New York Giants to start off the season 1-0. He's like a Christian McCaffrey kind of guy. If he can stay healthy, he will make you pay. He'll keep you on your heels for sure. And so we face him. Need to get the tackling improved. 17 tackles missed, lots of yards after initial contact because of those tackles missed. So got to work on that. Got to improve that. And what about the center situation? Pat Eflin started last week. Coach does not foresee any changes along that front five this week. He sees the same five out there. So that means Eflin again will be out there at center, and Bozeman will be out there to back him up. So, all right, Carolina Panthers, we started off 0-1. We've lost many games in a row. I forget the official count, probably because I don't want to really know what that count is, but I think it's like 7 or 8 games in a row that this Carolina Panthers team has lost. Baker Mayfield was a part of a turnaround in Cleveland. And so he was asked about, hey, Baker, now that you're in Carolina, can you kind of hook us up and help do what you did in Cleveland, turn this franchise around? How could you do that? So here's Baker Mayfield talking about maybe what he can do to help the Carolina Panthers change their losing ways into winning ways.
I mean, I think, to answer the question, it's show up there. There's 1-31 the 2 years prior here, whatever, 7 games losing streak before that. You flush it. I wasn't a part of it. The whole team, it's a new system for us offensively. You flush it. You use the pain that everybody's gone through that has been here as motivation. And then I have to come in with confidence, get these guys to believe in it, be a great leader, and just get them to know that we're very capable of winning and winning a lot of games. And so it's just about focusing on the next thing. If you harp on the negative, it'll always creep back into your mind. So believe in yourself and focus on the next play.
You hear a lot about quarterbacks and
Baker saying, get these guys to believe in him, get some confidence going, flush out the past. One good thing is he wasn't here being a part of that losing streak, so maybe that'll help continue to help the culture change, get some confidence going, get some momentum going. And Baker, I'd love you for it, whether you're here 1 year or not. If you could help get this culture changed around, help Matt Rule save his job, get those fans back in the stands. Last week, in my opinion, was a disappointment for how many fans were there, how slowly they came out to the game. And I'm not saying that I blame them, because it's probably hard to get too excited if you're a season ticket holder and you've been burned in years past. We haven't had a winning season in way too long, but that's where we're at. Okay. Carolina Panthers report for today, Wednesday, September the 14th. I will be back at the stadium tomorrow, continue to bring you updates and news about this Carolina Panthers team. I think I want to try to get Ikemi Kwanu on video, get some information from him. I don't know. It's always you never know who you're going to get in that locker room. But if you have any ideas for guys that you want me to talk to tomorrow, please let me know. I always listen. Leave them in the comments. I'll be trying to get that guy out there. Hey, we got to 5,000 subscribers. Now let's get to 6,000 subscribers, okay? Hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. Hit that like button. Helps other Carolina Panther fans find out about me and what I do here for Charlotte Vibe. And lastly, if you enjoy the live videos, if you enjoy the interaction, go ahead, hit the bell notification. That way you will know when I go live and you can join me live. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe. Everybody, enjoy your hump day.